Welcome into the Echo Sportscast number 84.
I'm Ben Sargent.
And I'm Jackson Bull. The NDA Soccer season got kicked off this past week. We have highlights from both girls and boys soccer that took place on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon at Nipissing.
And NOSSA Badminton took place last week as well, and we have updates including Franco Cite being crowned NOSSA champions for the first time in their history.
All of that and more on the way after word from our title sponsor, Source for Sports.
It's almost that time of year. Early mornings at the rink, fresh notebooks and backpacks, and a community gearing up for another great season of varsity sports. At Source for Sports North Bay, we're proud to be part of it all. Whether it's finding your kid's first pair of skates, gearing up for tryouts, or outfitting your team for the season ahead, we've got you covered. Because here, we're not just a sports store, we're neighbors, coaches, teammates, and fans. And we're proud to cheer you on every shift, step, and stride of the way. Visit Source for Sports North Bay at 1321 Fisher Street and let us help you along your way. The NDA Soccer season kicked off this past week, and on Tuesday afternoon up at the Nipissing Field on a very foggy and rainy day, Algonquin took on the reigning champions Chippewa in senior boys action, and it was a strong start to the season for the Ravens as they would pick up a 5-0 victory. Soren Gibson and Hudson Prisco-Duquette each scored 2 goals, with Carson Casey adding a single. And then in juniors, the result actually went the other way as the Barons won 5-1. They had contributions from Aiden Deschênes, Max Desbiens, and Sam Gagne.
Flipping to the girls' side, varsity girls soccer also started this past week, and on Wednesday afternoon, Scholar Hall hosted Chippewa in a super tight game. Chippewa is looking to defend their championship from last year, but Scholar Hall looks like they will be contenders to challenge the Ravens as they would play to a 3-3 draw. McKenna Linke did pick up a pair of goals for Chippewa.
So the season started. It's kind of nice with this and baseball because they take place in the afternoon and not at, well, some of the soccer games are at 5 o'clock, but most of the games are at like 2-3:30. So it makes it nice for me.
Yeah, that's way better.
Footage.
I remember baseball games are always during the day, except for the one Friday night, but most of the time during the day.
Yeah, and it was funny on Tuesday because I saw Jacob Fry there again. I always pop into him whenever, because he does every Barons one, and he was like running to get the ball. He's like, "Why are you here?" Because it was like Silent Hill levels of fog. For anybody who's played or knows the Silent Hill games, just fog everywhere. It was not pouring rain, but it was a pretty constant bit of rain that came down, and it was just funny because it was a kind of a miserable day, and it seemed like it was kind of a miserable day for the Barons because Chippewa looks really good in both girls. So in soccer, it's varsity girls, so everybody, and then in boys, it's junior and senior, so it's split up. But Chippewa's had really good success on the court, and it looks like they had a good start to their season, looking to get back into the championship for soccer.
Yeah, I think Chippewa has a good program with Coach Mark Hopper, who also coaches the Canada men's volleyball, and so it's a tight ship. Like, he has experience coaching that higher level, and it's held up there. I find always at soccer games it's miserable weather. I remember hosting... I
don't know, the varsity girls was nice.
I remember hosting tournaments or like volunteering for tournaments in high school, and it was always like plus 30 or like minus 2 and crappy always.
Yeah. I guess it depends. It's funny though, as I was writing this out, because the only thing I watch now is like soccer, is like Premier League. So I have to remember that I can't use like lingo that people won't understand. So I have to be like careful. So for instance, like when they talked about scoring 2 goals, I'm like, oh, they scored a brace. And I'm like, I can't say a brace.
Yeah,
nobody would know what a brace is or what that means. So I just had to be like, oh, I can't say that, or I can't say this. And it was kind of funny, but it's also kind of interesting trying to watch it, because I was trying to see like if they play systems, or if there's any sort of, if it's just people kicking the ball around, or if there's some organization in there. And it's kind of hard to tell when you're trying to track the ball and not seeing. But did you play soccer?
I did not. I think Chippewa senior boys have like some systems, but they also tend to fall back on just their raw talent. Like some kids just like not like fully take over, but step up and just sort of take over a little.
I will say this is the one thing: the kits, which are the jerseys, they're called kits. Okay, for people who don't know. Chippewas looked pretty nice. It was pretty snazzy. It's black.
Yeah,
it's like all black with it's got the badge. which is kind of nice. Which again, a very football or soccer thing is to have the badge there. I thought it was actually maybe Scholar Hall at first because I knew Algonquin was playing, but I wasn't sure who the other team was. So I thought it was I thought it was just like a dark green, but it was a snazzy looking kit. Algonquins are nice too. They went with the stripes.
Okay.
The vertical stripes.
Yeah.
So they were like the black and I guess claret red. Is claret
maroon? I don't know.
Whatever it is. Anyways, long story short, they looked nice as well. I thought the jerseys looked really nice, unlike the hockey ones.
A sucker. Wow. Okay.
Well, okay. Sorry, I should say this: the Chippewa hockey when they didn't have names or logos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even when they did. But I'm a sucker for a good-looking jersey.
Yeah.
Like when teams debut new jerseys or they go like just a little different, like the stripes or something.
This is actually really interesting when you talk about I keep wanting to call it football, soccer, right? Especially like Premier League stuff, because that's a huge thing, is like that's a huge moneymaker. It's also the one jersey where having a sponsor on it looks right. So it's kind of a weird thing where it's like it's okay when the sponsor's on there, but I hate sponsors on every other jerseys. Like when they started doing it on the NBA ones, I don't know if does hockey have them now?
Definitely on helmets. I feel like they do on the other side.
And then you get to like the Swiss leagues and like the European leagues, and it's like literally plastered all over the place.
Or like a NASCAR where it's just everywhere.
So getting back to the NDA Soccer, Chippewa has nice jerseys. Algonquin has nice jerseys. They're the only two that I've seen. And it looks like it's going to be a strong year for Chippewa again. I don't know who. I think Ferris probably will be a contender, I would imagine. Yep. Algonquin looked good, but it's also the beginning of the season. But it's a short season.
Yeah.
Because I think playoffs start like May 19th or something. So you get literally like 2 or 3 weeks worth of play. So it'll be interesting. I mean, there's Franco's in there. I don't know if Mattawa is. I think Mattawa's playing.
I'm not sure.
And then on the girls' side, of course, Chippewa and Scholar. It looks like potentially girls will be the more competitive of the two leagues.
I think so too. If I had to predict, that's what I would say as well.
Yeah, because that Chippewa, I wasn't there for any, despite having 6 goals. I didn't see any goals because I was there for the first. I don't know how long. How long do they play?
Can't remember if it's 35 or 45-minute halves, but it's.
Do they play a full 90 minutes?
I feel like they might.
Oh, okay. Fair play. I didn't know if it was like maybe 30-minute halves or.
Could be. It could. I don't know.
So I got there right near the beginning of the game. I think I missed the opening goal, but I got there at like 3:35 or 3:40, and then I was there till like just after 4, and in that stretch nothing happened. So. Soccer's hard to get because you kind of have to be there the whole time. It's kind of like hockey's kind of like that. Volleyball's super nice because volleyball, it's like everything's the same. You see a couple of cool spikes. It's cool. It's a crapshoot, but it does look like there's a lot of scoring here, which is kind of neat. But we do have the schedule. So coming up, why don't you kick off what's coming up for soccer?
Looking at soccer, we have 2 games on May 4th. Scholar hosts Franco Cite in girls at 5 o'clock on their Kandari Field, and Chippewa hosts Algonquin girls at 3:30 at Nipissing. And then switching over to the boys on May 5th, Chippewa hosts Franco at 2 at Nipissing for juniors and at 3:30 at Nipissing for seniors. And then West Ferris hosts Scholar at 5 o'clock at the Omichelle complex.
I like those times.
Yeah.
They're nice times.
5 o'clock's latest, and that's not bad.
Yeah, I find it interesting they play at Nipissing, too, by the way, because a large amount of their games are either Nipissing, Kandari, or Omichelle. I didn't see any other fields that they're on.
I know that Nipissing is technically Chippewa's like home field, and I imagine it's Algonquin's too. I don't know if they use Algonquin's field. But Ferris's home field is Omichelle, and then Scollard's is Scholar.
It's kind of neat. I'm surprised that like Ferris doesn't host themselves because they have the field.
They do have a nice field, but yeah.
But I guess if Omichelle's right there, you also don't have to deal with the grass because it's. I guess Kandari grass or is it?
No, it's turf.
Is it turf? So all of them are turf, eh? Which is interesting. I like the Nipissing field though. Outside of like getting up, well, I guess it's near here. Yeah. Going up the hill is like fun, but parking is like fine. Like it's not a big deal. It's nice and spacious.
It's windy and cold up there.
It can be, yeah. I find it a little bit more... Omichelle right now is kind of a crapshoot because of the construction that's going on. It's going to get bad when it's hockey season. And I also have PTSD from football season. Because, man, football was the worst because you stayed till the end of the game, you get the interviews, and then you got to wait for the buses to leave. And it's like, you don't get out of there till way late.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember in the summer there was football, must have been a doubleheader or something with a team that was close because there was a lot of cars, and a soccer tournament and a baseball tournament at Omichelle in the same weekend.
Was it flag football?
I didn't even pay attention, but Booth Road was lined with cars. It was a walk to get there.
Yeah, and I'm very curious how the parking's going to work up there because there's not a lot of parking for football. No. And that's only when there's one game going on.
Yeah.
And how many fields are there? There's 3 baseball fields, 1 football, 2 soccer fields?
Right now. The football and the soccer is a double right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then you put in how many... Well, I guess in the winter... Well, it depends on how much they're using the hockey because that's a double pad there.
Yeah.
Parking might be a challenge.
I predict it will be some days.
At Agnico Eagle, we are committed to being a trusted community partner, focusing our efforts on building a local economy that lasts for generations. Our careers offer the flexibility and ample downtime needed to find lifelong balance. We strive to be a good neighbor, investing in our people and their future, not just because we operate here, but because this is home. We make mining work.
The snowmobile is parked. The ice is melted. And suddenly, all those batteries you ignored all winter are no longer working. The boat just won't start. The ATV's not cooperating. Even the golf carts decided it's taking the season off. That's where Battery North Bay comes in. Boats, ATVs, motorcycles, e-bikes, solar systems, cordless tools, even the kids' Power Wheels. If it runs on a battery, chances are we've got it in stock and ready to go. We're locally owned, proudly serving Northern Ontario, and we ship Canada-wide. Stop by 1315 Main Street West or call 705-478-5400. Battery North Bay, powered up for every season. Okay, so we got a couple of other things as well. Before we get to badminton, though, baseball is starting up. Speaking of baseball, which will be not next week, but the following week. I think it's the May 11th week. I saw a Scholard schedule. I think we've both seen it. I think they start on May 13th. I don't know if there's games prior to that. So worst case, May 13th looks like it might be the start. Again, short season. I think it only lasts 2, maybe 3 weeks before you get into playoffs. But baseball is always a fun one to watch. They play all of their games at Veterans, except for the odd game out in Sturgeon. I don't remember the name of their field, but they have a nice field out there, actually.
They do have a nice field out there.
Which is cool because I think Franco is the lone team. If I remember this right, I think it's Scholard, Ferris, Algonquin, Franco.
I think Chippewa has a team.
And Chippewa probably has a team. So that's actually a pretty healthy league. 5 teams.
Yep. Which
will be good. How do playoffs work?
I believe 4 plays 5.
Everybody makes the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So that'll be interesting. So baseball season's coming up. Track and field, we don't know yet, but track and field, depending on what's going on, we might have that coverage. So some good stuff coming up. But there was one last piece, which was NOSSA Badminton, which happened up at the Nipissing. I guess what's the place called? The Sturgis Center?
The Robert J. Surtees.
There you go.
Center.
Which is basically Nipissing's gym. Didn't get any footage of it, but we do have some updates. So maybe, Jackson, you can go ahead with a pretty cool update from Franco.
Yeah, coming from Franco Cite's social media, for the very first time in its history, Franco Cite is crowned NOSSA champions, and their junior team was also the champions for their division. So looking at individual results in novice men's singles, Olivier Fournier finished first. In senior mixed doubles in the open division, Wade Belanger and Danielle Lalonde finished first. In mixed doubles for junior, Carson Lisk and Eva Morin finished first. And then junior men's singles, Cody Lefebvre finished second. And junior ladies singles, Carrie-Anne Bigra finished second.
I don't know if... I believe they said on that post, Wade and Dania, who are the mixed doubles, are headed to OFSA. I don't know if other people on there are headed to OFSA.
Just for them, it's just Wade and Dania because they're the only seniors.
Oh, so there's no junior. I guess, is there? There's never.
Only track, and there used to be for soccer.
Okay, so that's good. I know you have some other updates that you know. Like, we don't have the official, nobody else posted anything, but you have some inside info on some of the other badminton results.
Yeah, so at NOSSA Badminton, there's the novice banner, the junior banner, the senior banner, and the combined banner, and then there's like top district. So the novice banner went to Scholar, the junior banner went to Franco, the senior banner went to West Ferris, and the combined banner also went to Franco, and then NDA or Nipissing was the best district. So a clean sweep of NOSSA Badminton. And then for the seniors, I believe we sent the majority of athletes to OFSA. We didn't send anybody in mixed. We sent both men's doubles teams, both ladies doubles teams. And I think that's it. Plus all the open kids, which is a different story, but they will also be competing at sort of their own OFSA.
They get their own special OFSA.
Well, yes, they do.
Wait, why? Why do they get a...
Because they play like a certain level of club, and so they have to play against the other kids who play a certain level of club.
So they're better players?
Yes.
Okay.
But they have to play better competition.
Okay, that's fair.
So
it makes sense.
Some NDA kids at OFSA this year are getting a seed, which is a big deal coming from NDA. But part of that is because the other kids are over there. But a seed is still special. We have one in senior men's doubles for the West Ferris team. Senior ladies doubles, the Chippewa team has a seed. And then a senior ladies single, Nia Robinson, she has won NOSSA Badminton like 5 years in a row or 4 years in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, she does not lose.
How do we do at OFSA?
So this is the first year that the stronger competition is over there. We have medals. NDA has medals consistently, but whether it's like an A medal, a B medal, or a C medal is kind of up in the air. Like last year, I think we had 2 C medals, and the year before that, we had a B medal. And then, yeah, like we do okay.
Okay, that's fair. So with badminton, though, like what is the next step for some of these people? Because, like there's tennis, there's pickleball, there's like different court sports. But like, what do you do after you reach high school? Is there any post-secondary?
The OCAA has a loop.
Do they? I think we might have talked about this. Maybe.
I don't think Canadore has a team. Nipissing doesn't have a team. But the OCAA, like Humber and Cambrian, have strong programs.
And then what happens after that? Is there, because I'm assuming there's no leagues or like.
No, I don't think so. Like unless you're playing like Pan Am game, like you're playing like the real deal.
The real deal.
Yeah, if you're playing for representing Team Canada, I don't think that there's much.
I didn't know that there was like an international badminton team.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is it that big? I didn't know that it was that big of a deal. I don't pay attention to badminton. So.
It's okay. Like what I tell people about badminton is like I was really good, and now I'm like would still be okay, and I'm gonna beat the pants off my children.
So that was most of our Sportscast for this week. We got some soccer footage, more soccer coming next week, which will be kind of nice. Maybe I'll get a couple interviews depending on how the games go and everything like that, which will be kind of neat. A little bit weirder to do it on the Nipissing field because it's they're on the other side. But we'll see what we can get, and then we get into baseball, track and field as we start to. It's kind of a sprint. It's like this is like the sprint for some of these NDA sports. Maybe we'll have some OFSA badminton updates.
We should. Matches have already started.
Have they?
So, yep. Today at 8:30 or 9.
Oh,
so
there you go. And they're playing down in Markham down south. So good luck to the teams that are there, and maybe we'll have an update for next week. I don't know if you have anything else that's interesting from a sports perspective that's happening, but.
Nothing that I can think of. Oh. Not right now. Girls slow pitch for NDA is coming up. Baseball, the Special Olympics.
That's right.
Up.
Yep. Thanks for the reminder. Special Olympics. Give us a little tease on that because you sent me a whole bunch of information.
Yeah. So it's in 2 weeks. So it's May 12th, I believe. And Algonquin is hosting, but using Schollard's Field. There are over 50 athletes registered, but you can only do 5 events per athlete. It seems to be like already big and growing event.
What are the events?
I believe it's track and field.
Okay.
That's what I'm under the impression.
Just local people though, like local people from the NDA, or
I think so.
It's meant to be. Okay, that's fair. We'll try to get out there and get some stuff. You'll give me some more information as we get closer. So that's pretty exciting. So it's going to be a busy mid-May to end of May, and then back to the lull, and then it's football season.
Back to golf. Yeah, golf.
Oh yeah, golf's gonna wait. I thought golf was the fall.
Like that'll be like the first stop. Well, I guess football will be the first stop.
Yeah, football, and then because the front half, that run from September to Christmas is so action packed.
Yeah,
and then even coming out of Christmas, is lots of stuff happening, and then this is the first real kind of feeling it.
Dip.
Sports Hall of Fame coming up May 2nd. I'm assuming there's still tickets available. You can go to northbaysportshalloffame.ca. To get some information. So this will come out Friday. So that's, I believe, Saturday evening, which will be kind of cool. You'll get to see all the people who won. Lots of, obviously all local people or have a local connection here, but you can see the list of nominees and everything. I think Beta Days put some stuff. We've put some stuff out. And again, you can go to North Bay Sports Hall of Fame. And it was kind of neat getting to talk to a couple of the people who are getting inducted. There's a lot of really cool names. If you ever go and look at who's inducted in the Sports Hall of Fame, there's a lot of people who've done bigger, better things, or when I say bigger, better things, like they're known more on a national or global scale, which is kind of neat. I think one of the first people who sees like Mikey Ayo, who's he was a coach for a long time, wasn't he? For the Wild, or
I think he's assistant coaching the Senators right now, or something.
Is he? I think he played for a while. There's a couple. Craig Rive was from here. There's a lot of interesting people that you might have heard of before, and Craig, I remember that Montreal fan, remember playing him in NHL, 06 or whatever he was playing, whenever he was with the Canadians. And man, speaking of the Senators, like going back in like that 2006 time, the Senators were stacked. Alfredson, Heatley, Spezza.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't Hasek their goalie was Hasek their goalie
at some point?
I think during that time. Anyways. That was a stacked team. I don't know how they didn't do well. How they never did better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, you can tell we're biding for time.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of this. This has been the Sportscast number 84.
I'm Jackson Bull.
And I'm Ben Sargent. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing. If you have anything you want us to cover, please send it along, including flag football, which Jackson loves. And don't let him tell you otherwise. You can send it over to our socials at North Bay Echo on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll be glad to try to get out and cover your stuff. Or if you have a write-up or anything, just send it on over, and we'll try to get it into the next Sportscast. And that does it for us. So we'll see you again next Friday for another edition of the Echo Sportscast.
We often talk about the rhythm of life in North Bay. For Amanda, that rhythm was fast. Hockey practices, baseball games, juggling a full-time career, and keeping up with two energetic boys. But life hit pause after routine surgery led to a call she never expected. Stage 2 breast cancer. No symptoms, no warning. Suddenly, Amanda was facing a double mastectomy, reconstruction, weeks of chemotherapy and radiation treatments, and several additional surgeries. The path ahead was overwhelming. Through every stage, one question stayed with her. How do I keep being mom for my boys? Amanda's care team at the North Bay Regional Health Center made all the difference. They understood how deeply she wanted to hold on to familiar routines, cheering from the stands, being there at bedtime, staying present in the moments that gave her strength. Their compassion kept her connected to the two people who kept her fighting. She stayed present, she stayed grounded, she stayed mom. This holiday season, help ensure patients have access to the exceptional care they need during life's most challenging moments. Your gift helps patients like Amanda stay connected to the people they love while strengthening healthcare for families across our region. Visit nbrhcfoundation.ca or call 705-495-8125 to give.